When life gets complicated and probate feels overwhelming, there's a clear path forward. Welcome to Clear Probate, where we cut through the confusion and guide you every step of the way.
Executor Checklist. Florida 2025. First 30 Days of Probate. Explained. Welcome back to Clear Probate, the channel where we break down Florida probate and estate planning in plain English so you can focus on your family instead of confusing legal processes. In today's video, we're covering something that makes a huge difference for every executor: what you need to do in the first 30 days after someone passes away. That first month is overwhelming. You're dealing with grief, family, and suddenly the weight of legal responsibilities. But if you know the right checklist, you can approach it with confidence. By the end of this video, you'll have a complete roadmap for the first 30 days of Florida probate, including what to prioritize, what to avoid, and tips to keep everything running smoothly. Section 1. Understanding the executor's role. When you're named executor or personal representative, as Florida law calls it, you step into a role that combines legal, financial, and practical responsibilities. You are essentially the manager of the estate. Your duties include protecting property, notifying beneficiaries and creditors, managing debts, and eventually distributing assets. But it's critical to understand this. In the first 30 days, you are not expected to solve everything. Your job is to set the foundation. If you think of the estate as a long journey, the first month is about packing your bags, mapping your route, and securing the vehicle. The way you start often determines how smoothly the rest of the journey goes. Section 2. Secure the estate immediately. The very first duty is to secure all estate assets. This means physical property, financial accounts, and personal valuables. For homes, check locks, confirm insurance coverage, and keep utilities running so the property doesn't deteriorate. If the home will be vacant, consider notifying neighbors or hiring short-term security. For vehicles, move them to safe storage and make sure they're insured. For valuables like jewelry, collectibles, or family heirlooms, document them and store them safely. Executors are held responsible if assets go missing because of neglect, so acting quickly is essential. It shows the court you are protecting the estate, and it reassures family members that nothing is slipping through the cracks. Section 3. Gather essential documents. The probate process runs on paperwork. During the first month, begin collecting the key documents you'll need for court and your attorney. These include the original will, the official death certificate, and statements for bank accounts, retirement accounts, and insurance policies. You'll also need property deeds, car titles, business records, tax returns, and sometimes personal documents like marriage or divorce certificates. Executors often underestimate how much time this step takes. Institutions may require multiple requests, and some documents may be stored in safes, law offices, or safety deposit boxes. The sooner you start, the fewer delays you'll face later. Section 4. File the will within 10 days. Florida law requires that the will be filed with the probate court within 10 days of death. Many executors don't realize this deadline exists. Filing the will doesn't mean the entire probate process begins right away, but it does fulfill your legal duty to notify the court. Take the original will and the death certificate to the clerk of the circuit court in the county where the deceased lived. Even if you aren't ready to file for full administration, this step keeps everything compliant and avoids penalties. Executors who miss this deadline often face unnecessary complications, so don't put it off. Section 5. Hire a probate attorney. Florida requires most estates to be represented by an attorney in probate court. This isn't just a formality. Probate involves legal filings, creditor notices, hearings, and deadlines that are hard to manage alone. During the first 30 days, make hiring an attorney a priority. Interview 2 or 3, ask about their experience in probate, their fee structures, and how hands-on they will be. Some attorneys take full control, while others expect the executor to handle more details. A good attorney will guide you through filing the petition for administration, which is the document that formally appoints you as executor. Until that petition is granted, your authority is limited, so moving quickly here is essential. Section 6. Communicate with heirs and beneficiaries. Probate is not just about legal duties, it's also about relationships. Family members may be grieving, confused, or even suspicious about what's happening. One of the smartest things an executor can do in the first month is communicate. Let heirs and beneficiaries know the will has been filed, that you're working with an attorney, and that the process is moving forward. Transparency builds trust and reduces disputes. Executors who go silent often face resentment and conflict. A quick phone call or letter can prevent months of tension later. Section 7. Open an estate bank account. Another crucial step is opening a bank account in the name of the estate. All estate-related funds should flow through this account. That includes refunds, dividends, or rental income. Estate expenses such as funeral costs, legal fees, and court costs are also paid from here. Never mix estate money with your personal accounts. Commingling funds is one of the most common mistakes executors make, and courts take it very seriously. A dedicated estate account protects you, provides transparency, and simplifies accounting. Section 8. Notify employers, Social Security, and creditors. Within the first month, notify the deceased's employer, if they were still working, to handle payroll and benefits. Contact the Social Security Administration to stop payments and, if applicable, request survivor benefits for a spouse or dependent. You should also notify creditors like mortgage lenders, credit card companies, and utility providers. This doesn't mean you pay them right away. The formal creditor claims process comes later. For now, you're putting them on notice so they can submit their claims properly. Executors who delay this step often find themselves facing late fees or collections that complicate the estate. By the way, if this checklist is helping you make sense of the probate process, take a second to subscribe to Clear Probate. We release new videos every week to guide Florida families through probate, step by step, so you always know what to expect. Section 9. Avoiding common mistakes. Executors frequently stumble on the same errors. The first mistake is distributing assets too soon. You cannot legally give away property until the court approves it. The second mistake is mixing estate and personal funds, which creates accounting problems and legal liability. The third mistake is poor communication with heirs, which sparks disputes. And the fourth mistake is waiting too long to hire an attorney. Probate has strict deadlines, and missing them can delay the process for months. By avoiding these common pitfalls, you save the estate money and reduce your own stress. Section 10. Frequently asked questions. Executors often ask, "What if I can't find the will right away?" The answer is to notify the court and file the death certificate. If the will is never found, the estate is handled under Florida's intestacy laws. What if creditors are demanding payment immediately? Direct them to the attorney and wait until the creditor claim period opens. What if family members want to take personal belongings right away? As executor, it's your duty to explain that distribution must wait for court approval. Always document these conversations so you can show the court you acted responsibly. Section 11. Real-world examples. To make this more practical, let's look at a few examples. Susan, an executor in Miami, acted quickly. She secured her father's house, filed the will within the 10-day deadline, and hired a probate attorney right away. Relatives pressured her to distribute jewelry early, but she explained she couldn't until the court allowed it. Because she communicated clearly and documented everything, probate moved smoothly and family conflicts were avoided. Now compare that to David in Tampa, who deposited estate checks into his personal account, thinking he would keep careful records. When heirs later questioned him, the court criticized him for commingling funds. Even though he didn't steal money, he had to hire an accountant to prove where every dollar went. The case dragged out for months and cost thousands in fees. These stories show how much your first-month decisions affect the entire process. Section 12. The bigger picture probate in Florida often takes months, sometimes over a year. But the first 30 days are where you set the tone. Executors who take early steps seriously, securing assets, gathering documents, filing the will, hiring an attorney, opening an estate account, and communicating clearly, find the process smoother and less stressful. Executors who ignore these tasks often spend months catching up. The good news is that this checklist gives you a roadmap. Follow it closely, and you'll meet your legal duties while keeping your family informed and reassured. The first 30 days of probate can feel overwhelming, but with the right checklist, you'll know exactly what to do and in what order. Secure the estate, gather documents, file the will, hire an attorney, open an estate bank account, notify creditors, and communicate with heirs. If this video helped you, subscribe to Clear Probate and let us know your thoughts in the comments. We read everyone. And here's our question for you. What part of the probate process do you find the most confusing right now? Share your answer below and we may cover it in a future video.
This helped bring clarity to your situation. Hit that like button and subscribe for more guidance.